Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land. I know it's been a while since I posted, but I'm trying to get back into it, especially for the writing blog that I created for the Hampton Public Library. So today I wanted to talk about content warnings. And you're probably wondering what a content warning is. Think about the ratings you see on movies and shows you watch. There's G, PG, NC-17, or R. These ratings are designed to inform the viewer what kind of material they're going to see, and that some of it may not be appropriate for younger viewers. Also, lately a lot of movies have been posting a content warning at the beginning, letting people know that there are certain scenes that may have flashing lights, and if you are someone who is photosensitive or if you have epilepsy, that this could trigger your epilepsy. So you're basically giving the viewer an opportunity to make an informed decision. Do I want to see this? Do I want to participate in this? Two things prompted me to post about this. One, I came across a content warning in a book recently. It warned the readers that the story contained themes that may be triggering to some readers. It said that there was violence, depictions of murder, stalking, suicidal thoughts, bullying, explicit language. And I thought, oh, well, at least you know that before you start reading the book. I'm currently working on a book myself where the story is going to include drug use. I'm actually thinking about adding a content warning to this book. The other thing that made me post about this was years ago, I worked at Barnes & Noble, and I had a customer approach my register with his young son. He might have been about 8 or 9 years old. So he's buying a stack of comic books, and he put them on the counter, and he wandered off to go look at something else. And I started ringing him up, and his dad asked me, he's like, are these okay for him? Can he read these? So I started looking through them, and I said, well, the Marvel and the DC comics, that stuff is fine. It's Batman and Captain America. He can read that. That's okay. But he also had a stack of graphic novels, or what we call manga. And I showed him the age warning and the content warning on the back of them, and he was like, oh, no, he can't read these. They were 13 and up. For instance, I don't know if any of you are familiar with Kota Hirano's Hellsing, but it's got a lot of blood, it's got a lot of gore, it's got some nudity, and it's really not something that an 8 or a 9-year-old should be reading. So, the question is, does your book need a content warning? So consider this. What kind of subject matter does your book contain? Are there themes of suicide and or mental illness? Does it include rape or sexual violence, drug use, alcoholism, racism, discrimination of any kind? These are subjects that can be triggering for some readers. If a reader has experienced a specific kind of trauma, they may not feel comfortable reading about such things in a book. And a content warning will at least give them a heads up. If your book contains any of these themes, you may want to include a content warning. So where should your content warning appear? As close to the front of the book as possible. I recommend placing it after the verso page. The verso page, by the way, is the page that contains the copyright and publication information. You want your readers to know what they're getting into before they get into it. And this allows them to make an informed decision when it comes to reading your book. Now, do you have to include a content warning? No, you don't. I've come across plenty of fiction with themes of sexual violence and prostitution, and there was no content warning. But if you're concerned about your audience and you want them to be able to make that kind of informed decision, you may want to consider adding one. Below the video, there's going to be a link to a site that has a list of content warning subjects. If you see any things from your book on that list, maybe consider adding a content warning to your book. And also you can check out the Williston Writing Workshop blog at willistonwritingworkshop.wordpress.com. Thanks for listening.